and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Well, it's 1 o'clock and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open the lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go by easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or dream making. It's the feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. If you have a story to share, anything that happened at work or play, a movie review, a restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll-free 888-565-1470 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddy S. get your happy juices flowing.
Children play in the park. They don't know I'm alone in the dark.
Welcome to all our friends in South Florida, New York, Atlanta, Chicago. JoJo, you better be cutting that song soon because they're going to throw me off of Facebook, baby. That is clever.
You like that?
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
That was only a couple hours ago, and I can't even remember the songs I pick in the morning. But thanks, Joe.
Well, listen, you
Everyone
think you're
likes
having
that.
a bad day? I'm having a bad day. I forgot to turn the board on.
That's just really funny.
Yeah.
Giovanni, if you're watching and listening, oh my goodness, he was a classic dad move he just did.
I
No
forgot to
sound, no
turn-
Comrex, no nothing. What happened? Forgot to turn on the soundboard. And you know Gio's cracking up right now.
I forgot to turn it on. And you know, it's funny because when I called Gio to say, Gio, I'm having a problem. Did you turn it on, Dad?
Yeah, plug it in, Dad.
Did you turn the camera on, Dad? You know how many times I didn't plug a camera
Yes,
in?
I know. Those are the
How do
things-
you know?
I know. Those are
Anyway.
the things we will look for.
But anyway, welcome to all our friends all over the place. And also in Francia.
Yes,
We're Cafe French now.
we should do that.
We should sing some
We should do
French
the French
music.
cafe.
And bring some Italian bread. No, some French bread, Italian bread. What an idiot I
You know,
am.
there's a French bistro right down the street.
I know, we're gonna head over there right away and say, guess what? We playing in
Now we're in
France.
France.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. So, let's say hello to our board operator.
Hello, JoJo.
Good morning. Hi, everybody.
Her mic's not working.
your mic is not on.
We've got Joe.
No,
we've got
switch to
we've got
another
Joe.
one.
We've got JoJo. We've got a full show today. You can find us live streaming on Facebook and Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe TV, 95.3 FM and
Turn it on.
1470 AM. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. Maybe she needs a new battery, Freddy.
Is it on?
Maybe she.
Did you push the button?
Did you turn your mics on?
Did you turn the mics on?
I don't know. If our maybe you should go check the mic button.
Can you say hello on your microphone?
Dawn or Judy?
Either one.
Yeah, the mics aren't on. Try
Mics
7-8.
aren't
7-8.
It's lit, but you're not on.
Is it plugged in, Freddie?
Oh, Lord.
We're going to check that out. He's going to get up and check that out. Anyway, it is a wonderful Wednesday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. It's been a long Wednesday. I don't know, it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but we're having fun. We've got Dawn DeMarco Book with us on set. We've got Judy Weaver with Connected Warriors. We've got Elaine Rotenberg. How was that?
Nice. That was really good.
And Derek Hurwitz. You guys are just messing me up with all these names today. Of Alport Jewish Family and Children's Services. Our mics are now on. Thank you to JoJo and Freddie. Friday night we have
You're
a
not
big
going to
event.
believe this.
I
Can
don't
you
even
say hello,
wanna know.
JoJo?
Hello. We had way too much coffee today. It has just been a day of things.
Friday night
I
we've got
am-
a big event, Fire and Ice. Let me just finish what I was saying
I
on
am
that
a
one,
mess.
and we'll say hi to JoJo.
I'm a mess.
Fire and Ice at East West Physicians Group in Coconut Creek. Fire and Ice, welcome to our family. I believe it's at 5 o'clock. You can go down for a fun happy hour event. They've got wine. You can go to their cryotherapy center. They've got infrared sauna. JoJo and I will be there. I think Faith is going to join us. My husband says, can he go? I said, I don't know. You're working at 4:30, but I'll see you later. But yes, everyone is welcome to come. It'll be there probably till about 9 o'clock. They're having a whole big block party, so check out Fire and Ice.
A whole what?
Block party. They're
This place is a whole
in there.
block party?
Yes.
The whole block?
The whole center.
I didn't think they did block parties in Florida.
It's a whole, well, maybe.
Too hot.
It's supposed
You're
to
frying an egg out there.
be Fire and Ice. There you go.
Fire and egg.
We can
Listen,
fry an egg.
I'm going to tell you, I'm a mess. I
JoJo,
for-
what happened with the mics? You forgot to plug them back in?
JoJo, what happened
You
to
didn't
the
turn
mics?
them on. He's having trouble with the on and off button today.
Now, I'm gonna tell you why I'm having trouble. Lisa was supposed to come and do a voiceover, so I turned everything off to keep these mics on so she could do the voiceover.
And she didn't come.
She didn't show up, so everything's off, right?
Not anymore, but
Everything
yeah.
is back on now. Now we are good to go. Welcome to all our friends and family in the South Florida area and everywhere else around the country, and of course now in France. We are on Tendance TV, so thank you to Christina Lynn and TV Productions.
We're on what?
And Tendance TV. Tendance.
Tendance.
Tendance TV. It's the new network we are on in France.
It's a French television network.
Oui, oui.
You should see, they changed the voices, you know, in French.
So they dub us in French?
Yeah, they dub it in French. So I'm watching Dawn in French. I'm saying, Jesus, I don't understand her in English. In French, I really don't understand it.
See, I knew there was a reason I took French in high school. My mom said, "No, why are you taking French?" I said, "It's so much more fun, and the field trips are
Actually,
really great."
you speak French?
No.
Oh!
But I took French in high school.
We're going to use that.
You know, it's such a beautiful language, and they say living in South Florida, you should take Spanish. So I took that too. I don't really speak either one. But as you say, you just got to have fun. See, I'm making JoJo laugh.
Georgia, she speaks Spanish, she speaks French, but she doesn't speak English.
I just speak English.
All right, so who do we got on the set today? What do we got cooking?
We've got a lot cooking today on a wonderful Wednesday. It should be really like Foundation Wednesday, but we have such great organizations here, and everyone just works so beautifully. We met Judy Weaver, welcome, from Connected Warriors.
Hi.
And then Derek Hurwitz from Alpert Jewish Family and Children's Services that we met months ago when we were at BZT. And very coincidentally, you had met Elaine Rotenberger at WNN, and it all comes to
Who's
fruition.
that?
And very serendipitously,
I didn't meet her accidentally.
No,
I
that
did
was
it-
Rotenberg.
It's Rottenberg.
You met her.
I
Bonjour.
didn't. Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Bien.
Comment allez-vous?
Wasn't
Bien?
she on Marcia Teal show?
Yes.
So you met her.
No, I meant, yes, okay.
Nu parle français aujourd'hui.
Un poquito.
She can dub me over now
She
in voice.
speak to her in French. Yes, and I met you with another young lady that was there.
Correct.
Right? And the two of you say hello, and they ran out of the studio. So as she was running to the elevator, they ran, when I tell you
In terror,
run,
we ran in terror.
they
Did you scare
ran in
them?
terror out the, so I said to her, I'll see you soon.
And here she is.
And here she is.
I know. You never know how things work out with us that way.
I didn't even get a card.
You got a card.
Did I?
I have her card.
Here's a
I got
card.
one now.
And I want everyone to
There you go.
please save the date as we pass this card over to Freddy. Thursday, December 21st at the Heart of Delray Gallery from 7 until 10 p.m. We are having a community office networking holiday party. I feel like Michael Scott from The Office giving out this whole verbiage. But bring your local office party here or just come down and network with our local friends in the community. It is a free event to everyone, but you can request VIP placement and bring your office, and we have special VIP rooms that we can connect with you. So you can contact us or Carrie at livingfla.com for more information. You can find it on our Facebook page at the Brooklyn Cafe TV or livingfla.com. We have Harvest Seasonal Grill and Wine Bars, one of our sponsors, as well as Fit Life Foods, J&D Cakes, and I hope Wandering Wines on a wonderful Wednesday.
But it's a Thursday.
But it's a Thursday, but the event's on Thursday, so save the date on December 21st. I hope all of you will be here.
Yes,
I spent
it's
the night last night inviting everyone on text. My husband says, you have not moved in hours. I said, I'm only up to M. So tonight I've got a few
Yeah, but
more
you're
hours left
inviting
to go.
individuals. I invited only the corporations, the companies.
I figured you would do that, and I would do what
That's
I
why
do.
Unique picked up my phone call today, by the way. Don't think that he picked up my phone because he loves me. He picked it up because I'm going to call you tomorrow. You better pick up the phone.
Okay, there you go.
That's right.
Well, welcome everybody. We have a Connected Wednesday. It's about connecting and doing what we do, and we can never really explain what we do. You know that 30-second elevator speech? It doesn't really exist here. We just let everyone
Doesn't
figure
apply.
it out on their own. So welcome everyone. Dawn, thank you. I have my beautiful necklace on that I got from you
amazing,
last week.
absolutely.
Fill us in. How was your luncheon on Saturday?
It was good. We raised over $600 for the charity.
Wow.
And then Saturday night I had an event at Mar-a-Lago for the Achilles International Foundation.
At
And-
Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah.
Nice.
I had a lot of fun.
I
let
can
me tell
imagine
you.
Mar-a-Lago.
So I'm actually up over $105,450 raised.
Congratulations.
She's the only woman I know that she knows it to the nickel.
Yeah. Well, it's more. Yeah. It's
100
close
100
because I keep track. Every
I know,
event
but you know it
that
to
I
the nickel
do,
and 40 cents.
every check that I write,
And 40 cents.
I log. That's right. Yeah.
She logs it in. And Saturday's event, you benefited this one very special family from the
Yes.
Giving Tree.
The Giving Tree. Yeah.
Were you able to raise some funds that went to them as well?
Yes, over 630.25. I wrote the check today to get it in the mail,
Over
so they have it.
$600 for them.
Right.
Fantastic.
That's the people that were here, right?
They were here on our
Yes.
show, The Giving Tree, for that
It
family.
was very
Oh.
cool. Very cool thing.
Crazy. It's
But
just
what a
crazy.
beautiful lunch. I saw you had Pamela Cohen singing.
Yes,
She was
she's
magnificent.
amazing. Oh my God, she has the most beautiful voice, and she sings at every luncheon that I have. So I'm
Does
very
she?
blessed. Yeah, absolutely.
When is your next luncheon?
Actually, I'm kind of
I guess it's December already. We're figuring out
yeah.
January.
I'm.
Any week, any day.
I don't know. I'm not sure I'm going to continue that type of.
No, I'm going to change the venue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
I
I
can
want
tell
to
you that right now. Just like I
retool
told her, I'm
things.
going to see you soon. I'm going to tell you right now, change the
Yeah.
venue.
Okay. I want to retool. Is what I want
We're
to do.
going to retool this.
Retool it.
I spoke to Paradise across the street yesterday, by the way. So we're going to retool.
Did you know?
Well, I'm glad your
Okay.
luncheon went beautifully.
It
and
did.
I'm glad the Giving Tree got over $600 for
Yeah.
this family. And if anyone wants to donate again to the Giving
Yes.
Tree, this very special needy family, it's their 2 grandmothers that are raising 3 orphaned children locally. In my
know.
community, I can't even breathe when that happens. So they can use all the support and guidance and help from our community. You can reach out to the Giving Tree. You can find all the information on Facebook, or you can reach out to us. And of course, you can always reach out to Freddy for any information.
You need a rubber
866
rock?
This rock is for protection, by
Yeah,
the way, and I
hold on
think I
to
should
that.
probably take it home with me. But anyone that can help support this local family, they're trying so hard to keep these siblings together so they do not have to go into the foster care system. And unfortunately, there are 5-month-old twins and a 2-year-old, and these
Right.
grandmothers are really trying the best they can do to keep it all together.
Yeah.
So they can reach the Giving Tree as well.
Yes,
Amy
they're
Kent?
located in Boca Raton, so you can, and it's all volunteer. So nothing goes to a staff. It's all 100% for these families that they help.
And Elaine is looking at me like she goes, "Oh, we can help." I see that look. You know when you can look at somebody and see the wheels
Just thinking
turning?
about
She's
that.
thinking.
Yeah.
Were you
she's
thinking that?
Yeah, I was just thinking.
She was just thinking.
I was just thinking.
In French or English?
So you'll keep us posted on that. And again, everything we do is about helping our local community. And even if you're not local, if we can help you, let us know. Puerto Rico, there's a golf tournament coming up on Sunday. Part of our local community, we're helping them as well.
Raising money there, and I spoke to some people working in Puerto Rico that have actually are reaching out to see if anybody out there is listening. I need somebody who works on gas generators like
You're
Generac.
going to get 10 people now to go in Puerto Rico, though, a generator.
I will fly you to Puerto Rico. I will have you picked up and taken out to my father's house. I need a technician, and the price, there is no price. Don't worry about that. I will make sure you come in back first class. I don't have a problem with that either.
I'm going to learn how to fix a generator.
It's
Sign
got to
me
be
up.
it's got to be a gas generator, not a gasoline, a gas generator. And they are trying to reach out for somebody in Puerto Rico, and JFS came through. They took care of that for my mother. I'm gonna tell you something. I have been floored this week, and it happened when I met this gentleman.
Rail
The
Jewish
same
Family
day.
Services had a private donor that helped offset some of the costs of Freddie's mom's
Wow.
funeral.
And they
Puerto
called
Rico.
me and said, "Why haven't you called us back?" When he showed up that day.
Wow.
Strange
We
things.
leave everyone
happen.
speechless on this show. It's not good on a radio show. We don't want anybody speechless.
But that's what happened. He saw it. He was here, and it happened. And I'm trying
What do
to
they call
talk to
that?
him.
Kismet.
Kismet.
Serendipity.
All of that stuff
To
happened.
share
universe.
Kissing
all
and
those
It's
words.
the universe.
everything. And then she came. Didn't she come that same day too?
And I think
It was
Judy,
last week,
yeah,
yeah.
Judy was here
Yeah.
as well.
And we
See,
run
because
in.
I think when there's a lot of needs, people tend to connect in ways
Yeah.
that they didn't even know they were going to.
And
If
it's,
you
you
spend
realize
it.
there's so many foundations, and you're
Correct.
correct, but there's enough to go around that everyone can work together
Exactly.
and support each other. So it's not like you can only help A and not B, because everyone comes to full circle to help each
Right,
other. And that's what our community is all about.
Well, it's unbelievable because the outreach it just pours in there. And the golf tournament, I don't even have the flyer. I didn't get a chance to put the flyer in there. But the golf tournament, if she's listening today, you call in again and invite people to join the golf tournament. We have no problem with that. But the warriors that we talked about, I've run into so many different people, and I have so many different concepts and ideas to help raise money and awareness. The BB&T Center
Yes.
is yours.
Thank you.
Okay, Rob is coming to meet us on the
Still talking to
21st.
Mike.
Yes. Thank you.
He's coming. He's coming on the 21st. He's going to take us
He
down.
said anything he can do to help connect you and do a bigger event.
Yeah.
Bigger event, whatever you're looking to do,
Wonderful.
we will
So-
make that connection.
But this time, we're going to surround that place with people so that we can make that a big event and do the things we need to do for the
Yes,
event.
and I've already spoken with my staff, and we have a new development associate that will start the first part of January, and we're very excited. to put our efforts behind any event at BB&T.
Tell us about Connected Warriors. Just give us some background.
So Connected Warriors, I started this in 2010, and it was after the inspiration of working with an Army Ranger who had 5 tours in the Middle East. A local Boca boy, he came home and diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. And his doctor down at the Miami VA hospital was so forward-thinking, he suggested he go find yoga to breathe and move while he was going through this. And when I met Bo, he asked me to do privates twice a week. And I told him I'm familiar with ALS, but I really don't know it from that perspective. I'm a yoga teacher, and I will go home and do the Google thing. And I did. And I spoke to my husband, who happens to be an Air Force veteran, during the early 80s, so during the Cold War, so never had the experience that our young men and women are having now. And I decided that I needed to do that. I was compelled to work with Bo. And I worked with him for over 2.5 years until he passed. And in the same time frame, the movie The Hurt Locker came out. It won the Oscar that year in 2009. And this movie is about, if you haven't seen it, it's about a unit in Iraq, and their job is to defuse IEDs, bombs, something that really should scare you. And the main character was not afraid. He was laughing, making jokes, taking his safety equipment off. But yet when it showed him coming back here between a deployment, there's that, it's a whole different situation. And he's in a grocery store, you can tell he's overwhelmed just by the amount of options, and he hears a noise in the aisle next to him, and he hits the ground, and you immediately know he's back in Iraq. So they fast forward to him being back in Iraq, and there's that easy-go-lucky guy again. I left the theater, and I told my husband, I said, that's upside down, I can fix that. They're more present in chaos than they are in peace being back here. And I reached out to one of my students, who I taught to be a yoga teacher, a Vietnam veteran, a Marine, and I asked Ralph to bring me veterans, and I would teach free classes, and that was in 2010. So since that time, we've grown, and we're in 24 states, we're in 8 countries, we're in, on 14 active duty military bases, we have classes in over 35 VA hospitals and vet centers. And our big mission is wherever there's a service member, a veteran, and a family member, and a yoga teacher, we will have classes, which to me is worldwide. And what a lot of the people in the world don't understand is the scope of this, of who we serve. There's 21 million veterans, there's 3 million active duty and reservists. You add the family members to that piece, you're talking over 100 million people. That's a third of our U.S. population.
That's a lot of people. And it's funny because a lot of the problems that we're having, you know, because you have to deprogram a person to become a soldier to begin with, because you're facing
100%. It's definitely, and you know, even more so to that, to speak to that is after Vietnam. Well, really started after World War II, but after Vietnam specifically, is they were doing analysis of how many soldiers are actually firing their weapons. Mm-hmm. And what they found was after World War II, it's not that many. And so they changed the way they trained. And by changing the way they trained, it became a little more left brain dominant, which then takes that emotional piece out.
Right.
And it's a big piece about why we see the issues with them transitioning back home. And, you know, the suicide rate, it's just out of control. And, you know, in my studies over the past 7 years, I've determined that it has to do a lot with the demographics. In 1947, we had 45% of every household in the United States had someone serving actively.
Right.
In 2016, it's less than 2%. Our soldiers, our Marines, our seamen, and our airmen, they're coming home, and they are now strangers in their own country, which they put their lives for.
That's right.
But what this shows is that one person, you, Bo connected to you, one person,
Yes.
Judy Weaver, and look at the impact you have made in our community and nationally and internationally in very short period of time.
So now we want to make it 3 people, because Dawn and I want to join on this thing, and the cause is valuable. And if you know, I read a report that they were going to live in the hills of California, which are unfortunately are burning now.
Yes.
But a lot of vets hiding in the hills. I mean, there's a book written, "Hiding in the Hills," and the guy that wrote it spent years in the hills of California when they came back from Nam.
Right.
You're on the hill today.
And
With
Salty.
this song, JoJo.
But I'm going to tell you, Salty, yeah, Song on the Hill. Salty, okay, served in Nam. A lot of people, Coco, all these guys came back from Nam. They didn't come back straight.
No.
They could not hold a job.
The mental health needs of these folks are
When we come back from a commercial
Enormous.
break, we're going to talk about the
Tremendous.
mental health because we have to thank our sponsors and go to commercial. When we come back, we'll talk about the mental health side of it. Give us a call, 888-565-1470, and we'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Doris Vilk. When life keeps you crazy, the job, the kids, a husband, how do you escape? Fantasize about romantic evenings? Follow the exploits of Hollywood actress Susan Chatham in my erotic novels, Love Arrested and Love Attempted, and revel in Susan's steamy love life. There's lust, passion, and betrayal, but what doesn't kill her makes her insatiable. Buy the ebooks or paperbacks at Amazon. Visit me at dorisvilk.com. That's V as in vibrant. Prepare to be aroused.
What is Debersize? With over 25 years of personal training experience and workout techniques, Deb Varsalone invites you to Debersize. Debersize comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Debersize can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one, non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening to higher-level boot camp and weight training. Debersize will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact Deb at 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283. Sit back, relax, and breathe while breathing in the benefits of salt in our invigorating Salt Oasis. The Salt Suite of Boca Raton and Delray Beach provides 100% natural treatment for sinus, respiratory, and skin conditions. From the adult relaxation lounge to a children's playroom, salt therapy opens up sinuses, lungs, and flushes out allergens and pollutants for all ages. Give us a call at 561-288-0481 or 561-316-7258. Mention the Brooklyn Cafe Show to receive one free session. Contact the Salt Suite of Boca Raton or Delray Beach to book your appointment. TheSaltSuite.com. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
And we are back on a wonderful Wednesday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Freddie
Who was
goes,
that?
why this wand? I said, because it's a wonderful Wednesday wish wand.
Who was at the door?
Dan.
I saw Dan. Who's the female?
We'll discuss it off air. You can join our show on Facebook and Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe TV, 95.3 FM, 1470 AM. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. We have a full show. We've got Dawn DeMarco book from Sparkle of Life. We have Judy Weaver from Connected Warriors. We have Elaine Rottenberg and Derek Hurwitz.
Rottenberg.
Rottenberg.
Ready?
Rottenberg.
Thank you.
And Derek Hurwitz from Alpert Jewish Family and Children's
I'm going to
Services.
have to write this down for you.
Rotenberg. Rot. You know, if she hadn't told me don't say it the other way, then it wouldn't be in my head. Right?
Sorry, it's my fault.
It's all your
you
fault.
know,
Sounds good.
she does the dance. Boom, right out the door. And you
Boom,
didn't
right
say
out the
we
door.
have JoJo on the set.
And of course, we have JoJo on the set. Hello to JoJo.
JoJo,
Making
you,
connections as we sit here with Connected Warriors and Dawn, and when we went to commercial break, Elaine and Judy said, well, let's talk about the mental health component. Well, let's talk about, when I met Derek last week, we talked about how December is a very difficult time for many people. TV and radio and movies, it's all this beautiful Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, everything's fabulous. It's a difficult time for many people.
It's a ruse.
For some people, it's fabulous, and,
It's
and we want
bittersweet.
it to all,
It's
but
bittersweet.
it is bittersweet. So we talk about the mental health situation where we are, and Elaine says, Judy, wait, we have a mental health component on what we can do. So welcome.
Thank
Let's
you.
talk about, and we won't even be able to touch all the things that you do with Jewish Family and Children's Services, but let's start with the mental health and what you do. You're the clinical director of the vastness of the whole thing.
The vastness.
I'm the clinical director of vastness.
Of vastness, because you know what? I asked her what she did, and 10 minutes later, Derek says, that was pretty clinical. So-
Right, exactly. Well, we're a human service agency. We have about 28 different programs and services, of which I will not list them. But suffice it to say that people
We have a book.
You have a book. But people have challenges throughout their lifespan, from real little kids to older adults and everything in between. Because whatever we're doing in life, we're going through some kind of phase, some kind of life transition, and that's oftentimes when people have a hard time. And then if you talk about mental health or mental illness, which people don't like to talk about, 1 out of 5 people has a mental illness in our vast society. And people don't like to talk about that. And we are happy to talk about heart disease or cancer or things like that. If I were to ask, let's see, there's, how many of us are here? 6, okay? And if you go around a room and you say, so how many of you have a family member with cancer? People are very happy to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
If you say to somebody, how many have a family history of heart disease? People say, yeah. Can you tell me, who would you go to see for your heart disease? Would you go to see
Very
an
true.
internist, or would you go to see a cardiologist? Well, you'd have your cardiologist. But if I ask you what you're going to do in terms of a mental illness, which simply is just another organ of your body, it's your brain that's got an illness
They're
in it.
shy away.
They don't shy away. They won't tell you about it. Okay?
That's
They
right.
won't even talk about
But you got to force the issue. I want to talk to
So-
you about mental illness, and then they'll look at me like I'm mental, which is okay.
Okay, so-
But I don't have a problem with
So
that.
Freddie, but the problem is the word mental.
Thank you.
So, okay, so let's.
Okay.
Can we develop a new word?
No, we can get comfortable using the word mental.
Then I'm gonna say mental.
Okay.
I'm gonna wear a shirt. I'm mental. Are you? I mean, I don't got a problem saying I'm mental.
But you have to say it with respect
right,
and,
right.
and without judgment.
So let me tell you about mental health first
But
aid.
it's a
Can I tell you
branding.
about it?
Tell me about it.
Okay,
But you
so-
gotta speak it to the mic when you tell me about it.
Can I tell you about mental health first
Yes,
aid?
tell me about
Okay, good. So, mental health first aid. Have you heard of first aid and CPR?
Yes.
Okay. Have you all heard of it?
Of course.
Certified. Yes.
Certified. Okay. Have you heard of mental health first aid?
I have not.
Okay. Did you know that in 2000 in Australia, a family who had lost a loved one to suicide said, like, if just one person had stopped and said to my family member, you look like you're really upset. Are you thinking about hurting yourself? Whatever, it may save the person's life. They developed this 8-hour evidence-based best practice program that came to the United States in 2008. There have been over 2 million people in our country trained in mental health first aid. Every major health organization has certified it. It did not exist here in
So
Humboldt County.
it's certifiable now.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever hear about that?
Okay, now let me tell you.
Yes, because we promoted it with Rails Jewish Family
Okay,
Services.
because...
But besides that,
No, because here's what happened. So we learned about it about 3 years ago. Did not exist in South Florida in any coordinated way. We got funding to hire a mental health first aid county coordinator. And because we're really like all about sort of grassroots connections, things like that. So since in the last 3 years, our coordinator has built a coalition mental health first aid that includes 16 organizations and the school district of Palm Beach County. We have 23 nationally certified instructors, and we've trained over 3,500 people in mental health first aid in the county. And there's now a new component. There's an older adults component. There's a police officers component. We've taught a lot of police forces, and they've just unrolled a vet part of our course as well. So we're going to be training, and it's just to teach ordinary folks. So it's like anybody here would be able to like see somebody who, instead of running the other way because you think this person looks, quote, crazy, or you don't want to go near that person, to actually figure out how to approach somebody that may really be struggling in a crisis and get them to the help that they need.
And
it can save a life.
It helps approach and identify, but it does not
not
teach you
treat.
treatment.
No.
So I want everyone to be very
Correct.
clear that this first aid helps you identify and say, you know what, let's get you to the proper resources.
Correct. It teaches you a 5-step
There you go.
response about how to approach somebody. It's a
And to identify if you have
Correct.
a family member, if you have a child who's being cyberbullied or something, and to say, you know what, let's stop it before something catastrophic happens, to see really what the warning signs are.
You know what the leading cause of suicide is? Clinical depression. Do you know that 2/3 of the people that have a clinical depression are not getting appropriate treatment? Do you know why a lot of that reason is? A lot of that reason is because They are too ashamed to acknowledge it. They're not going to a specialist. They're not saying it. They think it's something that's just going to pass. Holiday time, they're going to say...
It's the worst.
They're
And
going to
it's
say...
a stigma.
Yeah, but it's... Right, because here's the thing. They're going to say, well, you know, of course I feel depressed because, you know, I'm 88 and I live alone and it's just a part of aging. But guess what? It's not... You do not have to become clinically depressed as you get old. Just telling you.
And it doesn't surprise me that JFS is on board with this stuff. And it's amazing how you put the pairings together. I still get amazed. And people just, they don't understand our business, but it's amazing. Also, we got some news. A young man at Atlantic High School is up for Heisman High School Award of the Year.
Jackson, so if you remember, we've had Atlantic High School on through No Place for Hate, and we met their teacher, Nikki Lulez, in No Place for Hate from Anti-Defamation League. I got a text yesterday from Nikki Lulez from the AVID program, who many of you remember JJ through. Jackson, who has UDT under the tree, a whole clothing line to get the kids off the street in Delray, has been nominated. He is one of the 5 boys in the national finalists for the Wendy's High School Heisman Award to win up to $10,000.
That's great.
It's an amazing.
So-
They're flying them to New York,
They're
right?
flying him, and they've made special arrangements for his
her.
teacher to go with him to New York for the weekend. She just got back from the mall last night. She says they were buying suits. They're going to be on ESPN. They're staying in Times Square. Now, you talk about a kid from the community who literally will tell you he was UD tree. He and his friends were under the tree. And what did they do in Delray? They cut the tree down, and what happened? They found another one.
Yeah.
He
That
said,
wasn't
so
a solution.
That was not a solution. They didn't get to the root of the problem. Taking the tree away did not give these kids a safe place. But the community has.
But the amazing thing about that story is that we did a show from Atlantic High School. We did this show, and we let the kids put it out. And Gio was with us, and they had to figure out how to get through the
firewalls.
The firewalls to the school. I mean, we did it. We got it done. But the amazing thing is that after we finished that show, JFS showed up there. Remember, they were giving out the monies
Yes,
for
Sherry
the...
Cohen came and talked to the kids from Rails JFS, came to meet with the kids from AVID. It's all the community resources coming forward, that there are ACT and SAT prep classes for these kids, that they too could get out from the community, and there were resources. And it's just like networking we do here. And when we met Derek, we talked about the mental health component, but you do so much more at your Alpert Center. You have residential living.
Right.
And Derek, you were telling me about some of the Medicaid initiative, and it's not Medicaid. I forgot the name of what you told me that program is.
Sure, yeah. Just as a common theme, I guess the thing about the agency is that we believe everybody deserves to live the most independent, optimal quality of life possible. And I think that ties into our senior services, our mental health services. We have services for adults with special needs. The service we were talking to, something called a pooled trust, which is a Medicaid-approved shelter, so to speak, to put your assets into a safe trust account that nonprofits manage that make you instantly Medicaid eligible. Oftentimes, nursing homes tell you that.
Did you see the
Without,
reaction?
and without losing control of the funds, correct?
Yeah, it's one of the. It's
So you don't have all your
It's
money.
genius. I mean,
you
it's
know
genius.
the cost of a nurse.
Somebody bring some cookies.
I mean,
We have some.
the cost of a nursing home in Florida
have
can
met you
exceed
sooner.
$8,000 to $9,000 a
month.
month. And
Per
imagine having $100,000 left to your name, and it's time to move into that situation for living. Being able to shelter $97,500. Medicaid doesn't do the 5-year look back for everything else. They're instantly Medicaid eligible, and now they are getting that Medicaid bed or rate at a skilled nursing facility here in Florida, and they're able to use the money in the account for care above and beyond what Medicaid will cover, which most Floridians know isn't much. So
It's a win-win.
it's money saved instead of money spent,
Yep.
and you're getting the same benefits.
That's it. And now, let me ask you, is that something that you guys came up with? Or it's something that people don't know about?
It's similar to like an aid and attendance pension for veterans or surviving spouses for home care. There's a lot of benefits people just don't avail themselves of because the education's not out there. We work with a lot of senior living facilities. A lot of them are wonderful, but they're not out to promote the discounts that the state offers. It's not in their best
Wonder why.
interest. It's not in Honda's best interest to sell you their car that they make the least margin on. Sorry. So the truth of the matter is that it's just lack of education. So we didn't invent it. In Florida, it's called a pooled trust or a pooled special needs trust. Other states label them different things. But because of the nature of the program, the delicate nature of dealing with seniors moving into that sort of residential environment, you have to be a nonprofit in the state of Florida to operate a pooled trust because the money's invested with a bank. For our particular nonprofit, we use Comerica Bank for the pooled trust. Thank you, Comerica. And the money's invested very conservatively so that it will be there instead of being put into the next hot hedge fund and having a senior lose their money, which is all too traumatizing in and of itself.
And next month we're going to even talk more about that in detail. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's really like so critical to this whole human service field is that people just know that they're hurting, but they don't necessarily know what they need. So somebody may call our agency. We get about 7,000 calls a year, right? So somebody calls the agency. They don't speak to a switchboard. They speak to a master's level professional on the phone. And what they're saying to that, the person who's calling is saying, this is what's going on in my life, I'm really struggling. And it's the job of the professional, because you sometimes just get one chance to talk to somebody who's hurting, to do a comprehensive enough assessment to figure out in the course of the phone call if they may need pooled trust, but they may also need counseling, or they may have a parent who's just lost a child and they may need a support group. They may have a kid who needs to be mentored, and by the way, they're also being abused, so they need a support group.
And you work with children as well. I want to make that clear.
Yeah, we do work with children as well. And it's all about doing a good assessment at the front end, because people don't call and say, could you please sign me up for your enhanced companion program? They don't know that we have an enhanced companion program or what that means. They're just saying, you know, I'm looking for a bridge game. I'm looking for a mahjong tournament. But when they're calling, right, maybe what they're really saying is, my spouse just died. He was my transportation. I'm alone. I'm depressed because I've been married 67 years and, you know, I can't get out of my own way to get out of bed in the morning.
It's the backstories, and it's everybody's
assessment
story.
at the front end.
Because where you sit today, and Dawn, I'm going to use you as an example. Here she sits, this beautiful, smiling, caring person who gives back to so many charities. No one would ever know that where you were a month ago. Dawn lost both her parents within days of each other. And so you can totally understand where they're coming from.
I wish I would have known about you, because it was so overwhelming to try and handle what was going on with my family. And not that they had a lot of money, but we were like, how do we protect their assets, which weren't a lot?
And at the same time, you're dealing with grief and loss.
Oh my God. It was a horrible experience.
And
I have to tell you.
And it always falls down that somebody has to go through the grieving process and put things to the side to make these decisions, and everybody else is running around in a fog. Yeah. You know, because everybody's grieving, and you're trying to make the right decisions. Right. I never in a million years expected, when I came back and you told me that JFS had called to help me with this thing. I mean, I came back asking family to help us to do what we had to do.
Well, your niece put a GoFundMe page on.
Right. She did that,
raise
yes.
money. And what happened is, when we shared it, and the power of social media in our community is, Danielle Hartman from Rail saw it and said, let me help. Will he accept my help? And that's the other thing I want to talk to when we get back from commercial break is, we have resources, and will people receive the help? It's getting over the stigma of I'm asking for help and then accepting the help. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Give us a call, 888-565-1470, and we'll be right back.
Do you want extreme focus and a pain-free life, or even better sleep? Take it from the top millionaires and athletes of the world.
Fire and ice! Fire and ice! Fire and ice!
Cryotherapy is the most effective, efficient way to a better life. Stand in our cryotherapy chamber for a quick 3 minutes and instantly heal all chronic pain, burn calories, and increase circulation and collagen. We are conveniently located in Coconut Creek, Florida. Please call 954-906-5656. For more information, call 954-906-5656 or visit our website at fireicespa.com.
Does your child learn best when they see and experience information? Is your child smarter than indicated by test results? 3D Learner is an integrated learning program that helps identify your child's strengths and challenges. 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495.
I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember.
The Heart of
No,
Delray
not yet. The Heart of Delray.
located in the
Shout out to
Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000 square foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
And we are back on a wonderful Wednesday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. That little segue was Moana. Thank you, Joe, for taking us to Hawaii for just a moment.
Marijuana?
Freddie is not going to go with me, but apparently
Marijuana?
Joe wants to go to Hawaii with me and Moana. So
Moana?
thank you, Joe, for that.
Oh, is that you're going to Hawaiian song?
I guess with Joe.
With Joe?
I guess Joe and I are going
He's
to
gonna
Hawaii.
play that all the way to
Jojo,
Hawaii.
You want to come too? Jojo's in.
Jojo, you want to go to Marijuana too? I mean, to Hawaii too?
You can find us at 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, the Brooklyn Cafe TV,
Your
on
microphone.
Facebook and Periscope, and give us a call, 888-565-1470. For our next segment, I want to make sure, as Freddie says, get your pen and paper ready, because we need to give out all of this contact information and phone numbers, because we have such a full set here. We've got Dawn DeMarco book with Sparkle of Life. We have Judy Weaver with Connected Warriors. We've got Derek and Elaine Rotenberg with Jewish Family Children's Services.
Just call me Elaine.
I know, I had to get it right.
Elaine
I wanted
R.
to know that I do think about it, and I wanted to get that right out there. Derek Hurwitz and Elaine Rotenberg.
Did you notice how she went Rotenberg? She lowered it.
I got
If I
Rotenberg.
mess up,
You know what? At work, they just call me Dr. Elaine.
Well, now she tells me now we're in the show.
I was enjoying the.
It was a test.
Have you noticed
Dr.
that I
Elaine.
never call people by their normal name because I mess it up? I would mess up your name unmercifully. You wouldn't talk to me ever again. So I give people nicknames.
Dr. Elaine, can you get
Dr.
that one?
Dr. E is what I would call you.
That's good.
So before we went to commercial, Derek had a segue, and I wanted to come back and get back with him about what we were talking about as far as community and reaching out.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we all do too good of a job making life hard on ourselves. And what I mean by that is, we were talking about this when I came to visit you last week, and it's that things break in life. Life is about things breaking down, and when something breaks down at your house, your toilet breaks. Maybe you're a handyman, but let's assume that the average person isn't. When your toilet breaks, you call your plumber. You just go to that situation. Your electricity goes, your air conditioning craps out. You know exactly who you're going to call. You've got those numbers down.
Right.
But when something about you breaks, and I don't mean in the physical sense, but when a part of your life breaks, you can't drive, you lose interest. When those things of your life breaks, who is that card? Who is that go-to? And why do we always try to fix it ourselves?
Who's the mechanic?
Why do we spend so much time and resources on, maybe you want to try to go for a walk or eat healthy for a couple days and try to figure out and see if that has a positive impact on the way you're feeling.
Well,
but
how
when
do we accept the resources? Because you have
Right.
so many resources, and Judy, you, and Dawn, everyone sitting here is here for the community. When someone says, I'm hurting, or you just want to put a Band-Aid on their heart, how do you get them to accept Judy and you guys, just however you guys want to speak to it, accepting the resources that you're all here for each other?
Well, my personal favorite thing is that, calls are confidential. And when you call into our agency and speak to an intake worker who's a social worker, a master's level professional, the only people who are cognizant of that conversation going on are you and that social worker. So yes, sometimes it is hard to admit that we need some help, or sometimes it is hard to reach out, but you're not alone. I think that's the most fundamental thing that I can relay to anybody who's in a situation is that
tagline today. I think that
nice.
should be our
You're not
tagline
alone.
for today.
Yep.
you're never alone. And yes, you're calling in privately and having a private conversation and getting help, but 7,000 people this year are calling us in that same situation. So if you break down 7,000 by the 365 days of the year times the other agencies doing similar things, at any given time there's so many of you making that phone call, having that one-on-one.
And there's no judgment. I just want everyone to realize that when people reach out to community and qualified resources, and that's where it gets a little murky, is making sure you have the right resources. The community members talk to friends and family and loved ones on who they've received good services from. And know that there is no judgment. This is a judgment-free zone. When you make that phone call to Judy or to Dawn or to Dr. Elaine or to Derek or to us, we are judgment-free. And many people come and they sit on our set just because they're sad and they want to feel included. And our home is always open to everyone. I laugh. I said we take in strays. People come in and out of here all day long because
Don't call them strays.
But we are strays.
I'm just strange. You know,
I didn't say strange. I said strays.
The bottom line, sometimes also when you give somebody a professional and they help, sometimes you need more than one professional to help. You know, my diabetes, there was a bunch of people that came forward. I have a lot of coaches. People say, oh, you have a bunch of coaches. I do. And everybody came with a different angle, a different help. Daphne, I mean, I can name them.
And that's what Dr. Lane was talking about, is how you oversee all these services. And you can't take out one family member from this entire puzzle because everyone is intertwined.
And when I talk, and you know, I really think that.
Can you get you closer to the mic, please?
I
Thanks.
can.
Thank
I
you.
really think that as we continue to sort of have professionals in the community at doing things, that we need to continue to educate ourselves as one citizen to another citizen, not being afraid to go to somebody and say, you know, you look like you're having a crappy day. You know, let me just pause for a minute. Let me just take a minute and breathe and look at the person next to me and say, how are you really doing? Like, you doing okay? Like, you seem different than you were yesterday. And we are running so fast that we are not even being a resource to each other.
Right.
And that scares me. And
so true.
And everybody comes with lots of stuff in their life.
Everyone
Like, we're
has
all
it.
kind of doing the road. You know, we're all facing the journey. And on the journey, you know, sometimes you're a child, then you're a parent, then you're a sibling, then you're a friend, and everybody's got these things along the way.
And you see it all. And Judy, you see it all because you're not only working with the veteran,
But
the
they come
father,
with
the mother,
families.
it's the family.
The family members.
They come with a kid, you know.
Yeah, and it's the whole piece. And so for us, you know, one of the aspects we found from Connect to Warriors is the community.
Right.
You know, specifically with the veteran community, it's a closed-knit community. It's a tricky population to break into, to offer services to start with. And, you know, these are warriors. They're not so quick to say, I need help. And so we're all purpose-driven. All of us are purpose-driven. And so when you ask a warrior who is very mission-driven, and now they're back here and there's no purpose, there's no mission, and they're no longer part of a community, that's one of the benefits that we have created is a Connect a Warrior community. So we have our active duty who go to our classes over in Afghanistan. They come back here. Now they're stateside. They practice here. Now they get out of the service, and now they're in the community, and there we are. So it's part of that is a bigger piece of the community.
You know, it's interesting because I'm thinking that that's where a real opportunity is to imagine how much easier it is for some of these warriors, right? If you say, give them the opportunity to help somebody else. So if these folks are trained to
100%.
recognize mental illness, for example, in their
absolutely.
crisis, it's an easier way to...
Well, I have a question. Is trust, I mean, when you come back from any war, from any overseas, isn't trust difficult? Because now you're away from your military family.
There is no trust.
And you have to go get gasoline, let's say,
Correct.
right? And where you come from, you had a different way of achieving that. So you got to come here, you got to pay, the whole 9 yards, there are cameras, all sorts of stuff going on.
It's entirely overwhelming. If you can imagine what they do is life and death, and those are the decisions that they're making, and then they come back and their wife or their husband asks them to take the garbage out. It's like, what? No. You know, that is so insignificant to what they were doing. And that's a big piece of it. And one of the reasons why they become so isolated is because they can't talk to anybody. You know, and especially if you look back to Vietnam, they were not talking to anybody because, God forbid, you actually tell somebody what you did, then they look at you in horror, and you can't talk. You can't talk to your family. You can't talk to your friends. You know, you go to war, you do not come back the same. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you've had a meditation practice. You are different. You know, and what Dr. Elaine said is, speaking to, we've all had stuff. We all come with stuff. We're born with stuff.
Right.
Forget what you get when you're
And
here.
then on top of
You're
that-
born with stuff.
Right, and then on
now
top
you
of
add
that-
more stuff on top.
And then on top of
you
that-
add more stuff.
And then add the holidays.
And then the holidays.
Think about it, right?
And for our
It's a
veterans,
whole lot of pressure.
the holidays are probably one of the worst times of the year. You know, like Derek said, it's a ruse.
Judy, give out your information, please.
So you can reach us at www.connectedwarriors.org, or you can call us at 954-278-3764 anytime.
And Elaine and Derek. And then we'll go back to the conversation. I just want people to write these numbers down and know that the resources are here.
Sure. Albert Jewish Family Service is 561-684-1991. Or visit us online at jfcsonline.com.
And really what our mission is, especially this month, but always, is to share the resources of the community. Elaine says, is this really what you do? You have foundations and resources. Every day, someone is a resource for something else, whether it be a small business, a foundation, a giving back, anti-bullying, because it's about helping. If you can help one person. I mean, Judy, you started with one veteran, and look at the lives you've touched.
Right.
Yeah.
Dawn, you were touched by your niece. And you started this incredible program, and you have over $105,000 you've given back.
Amazing. That's
40 cents.
And 40 cents to various charities. I mean, in one day you raised $600 at a luncheon.
Right.
And that's
small.
That's just the percentage that went back to the charity, and that's just unheard of. And you do this, you don't even know what you've got, one person or 30 people coming. People don't even RSVP.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
They show up.
That $1 isn't small because
No,
the person that you're giving that dollar to is going to say, holy smokes, I got what? I got what coming to me? I
Right.
mean, we have some other charities coming, right? On Tuesday, we have the
Wheels for
Wheels
Kids.
for Kids.
To kids.
Now, when you go to the movie
Oh,
theaters, you ever
Denise.
seen the commercial Wheels for Kids? They had the kids come out in wheelchairs and stuff like that. You ever seen
That's
that?
St.
not
Jude.
seen that.
That's it.
No, it wasn't St. Jude's. I thought
Oh.
it was Wheels for Kids. It's
Wheels
I
for
think.
Kids?
Yeah, but we're gonna have them on, and it's gonna, and it just
It
continues.
just keeps growing. Did you ever think a year and a half ago? No, you did not.
Well, you know, but in helping, there are numbers, and in numbers, great things can happen because other organizations come forward,
Just like the three of you, all four of you sit here with three organizations.
and you can have a. I mean, we're done, but you can have a conversation for days
We should
on
really
this
just
subject.
record segment 2.
I can do
And he's
mine.
going to go, okay, we can just keep going and
Just keep
play this
going. I just hit record. But it's an amazing aspect. You know, I always think about when you knit a sweater, you need a needle and the thread, right? So you become the needle. You guys are the needle of what's going on in our community. And that, I mean, I make fun of it because I'm just kind of nutty that way.
It's huge.
But whatever I got to do, if I got to scream, rant, and rave like the commercial for
Fire
Fire
and
and
Ice?
Ice, then I'm going to do it. I got no shame in my game. I will do it. Yes?
It's all about sharing community resources. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Judy. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dr. Lane and Derek. There is more to come. We will do a part 2. Thank you all for joining us. Remember, reach out to community. No one is alone. You are not alone. No one should ever suffer alone. Reach out to anybody, and if you need a resource, find us. You can always find Freddy at 866-224-5422 and always on our Facebook page. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Be
Join
kind
us.
to each other.
Join us on December 21st because we're going to be in the house. Everybody
Everyone's
else is
gonna
going to
be
be in the
here.
house. Come on down. You want information? We don't get it to you. Come on down.
Join our fun. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Don't be late.
Thank you.
Make your smartphone brilliant. One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow.
Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste,
Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
hydration, absorption,
Feel silkier.
And perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow. Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant. www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
Sit back, relax, and breathe while breathing in the benefits of salt in our invigorating Salt Oasis. The Salt Suite of Boca Raton and Delray Beach provides 100% natural treatment for sinus, respiratory, and skin conditions. From the adult relaxation lounge to a children's playroom, salt therapy opens up sinuses, lungs, and flushes out allergens and pollutants for all ages. Give us a call at 561-288-0481 or 561-316-7258. Mention the Brooklyn Cafe Show to receive one free session. Contact the Salt Suite of Boca Raton or Delray Beach to book your appointment. TheSaltSuite.com.
Health and Vitamin Concepts can help balance you through an innovative, non-invasive biomeridian assessment that measures the energetic properties of your body and naturally corrects the imbalances. Offering a complete thyroid, hormone, and nutritional profile, Health and Vitamin Concepts identifies the specific vitamins and herbs in the exact amount your body needs. Call for more information, 561-392-8448, or visit online at healthandvitaminconcepts.com. If you're ready to have more energy, better health, and a greater sense of well-being, make an appointment today at Health and Vitamin Concepts in Boca Raton at 7152 Barracassa Way. Call 561-392-8448. That's 561-392-8448.
Well, that's about it for today, and even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at Brooklyn Cafe. To rewatch every minute of the show, call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddy S. after the closing, or to leave an order for fun for the next show. Have a meaningful day. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.